And welcome back to eBEFOREi Video Reviews. For those of you asking, I have not retired. I've simply taken the summer off because I've been having fun and things. The sunshine, the pools, the drinks and beverages and such, nachos. I've just been busy. Don't you worry about that. But certainly not gone for good. And I thought I'd pop back in, even before the summer ends, to tell you that Force Friday, as I'm filming this, has just occurred. And I picked up some new Star Wars figures on the Black Series, and I want to share these with you because I dig these, and hopefully you will too. Before we get started, I want to show you a little bit, let me zoom back here, just what the new boxes look like. And, you know, they're very different from the old Black Series. That's the one with the orange stripe, that's Han Solo. Phase or version 2 of the Black Series had the blue stripe. And now we've got this deal with animated versions of the characters on the box. So there's Finn and Rey with BB-8, who seems to be the hit of the movie so far, even though no one's seen it yet. But this BB-8's getting some traction. And Kylo Ren, the dark Kylo Ren. Lots of theories abound about this guy, but I'm not going to get into spoilers here because some of you are awfully sensitive when it comes to spoilers, so we're not going to talk about that. Or if I do, I'll just yell a giant spoiler alert and, you know, y'all can tuck, duck, and roll. That's not right. Something like that. Anyway, I have my trusty Leatherman knife here, and I'm going to open up one of these packages. Today, why don't we take a look at Rey? Since Rey comes with BB-8, and Kylo's going to be all over the net. So don't get me wrong, I definitely want to talk about this guy, but let's get Rey open and BB-8 open and just see what all the hype's about. See if there's anything good going on there. As I dust off the old review skills, will I continue my summer of fun? All right, so be careful if you have a real knife or a sword or perhaps a laser beam. I don't want you to cut yourself or poke your own eye out. So be very careful when you do such things. So the inside of the packaging is, you got some red in here. We're going to pull this whole thing out. Before we do, there's a little bit of a bio on the back. Got a few different languages going. We'll do the English one here. Rey, who in the desert planet of Jakku, I believe. And BB-8, Rey is a resilient survivor, a scavenger toughened by a lifetime of dealing with the cutthroats of the harsh desert world of Jakku. BB-8 is the spherical, loyal astromech droid of the Resistance pilot Poe Dameron. Dameron. I don't know. We'll figure all this out when the film comes out. This is character 2. And there's a bunch of things. Star Wars Black Series, very different box indeed from what we're used to. As with all Black Series 6-inch, there's no anything else inside that box other than the figure, weapon, and the lovable droid. Let's get them out of their plastic prison. All right, so here we have Rey and BB-8 out of the package, and I can already tell you after just holding these things for a few minutes, some very real impressions on both of these, at least first impressions, that were formed very quickly. I will say that the star of this set is BB right here. There's a lot more weight to BB-8 than I expected. It's not super heavy or anything like that, but definitely some weight here. And he's kind of like a Weeble. Does anybody remember Weebles? How they wobble? He finds his way upright, sort of. But he's not going to lay down like this. He's always going to roll back up. So he's obviously a weighted little guy, and that's pretty neat because if you have him on a flat surface or a specific type of display, he's going to look pretty good. Let's take a close look at BB before we get into Rey. So this cute little roly-poly astromech is very neat. Again, it's got a little bit of weight to it. Paint applications look really good all the way around. He looks dirty. It could be a she, I don't really know if there's a gender there or not. But you can see that there's lots of little smudgy stuff, almost like he was rolled in a newspaper. But I'm sure it's just, you know, it's dirt from the desert planet of Jakku. I take it it's a bit like Tatooine. Things are just kind of, you know, dirty. And so there you go. Lots of little detail. Again, good in plastic molding, you know, little bolts and screws here and there. Some of the silver paint, orange paint, along with the white or off-white. Again, very impressive. It looks good. On the back, on the bottom, again, I don't know if that's a defect or if it's just, again, the dirt and inky kind of stuff. But overall, looks kind of good. The head bit, again, looks really well detailed. Paint applications are good. You've got silver there on the top. The eyeball is just kind of painted black. You have the little blue bit right there. And again, all the way around, that's kind of neat. It looks like maybe someone shot a bullet at it. But very neat all the way around. Now he has these two little antennae that poke up. This one's kind of a soft rubbery feel, as you can see. This one's a little bit more stiff, the white one. So, you know, I don't know if you give this to a small child, I could see this one getting broken off pretty easy, and maybe even the white one too. So just parents, be wary of that if this is for your child. Adult collectors, you should be fine. As far as articulation, the head does move, and it's on kind of a ball joint, I believe, inside, and you get a lot of kind of swirly movements from it. As you can see, you can move both the head around, and then that joint on the inside where you can get some, you know, kind of far back angles. Be careful when you do that because you expose some of the hole there. So you want to be just a little bit careful the way you have it displayed. But overall, I really like what they've done here, and very impressed. As I set him down just now on my table, brighten up this camera, you can see that he sits perfectly upright. This isn't the most even table in the world that I have here, but I just literally placed it down, and this is the way it landed. See what happens if I move it. Yeah, you see it gets a little off balance. Again, this table's not real even, but I do think it's cool that he's weighted in such a way, there you go, that he stands up perfectly fine on your display without having to lean him up against a wall. You can see he's not leaned up against anything here. So that's, again, kind of a neat thing. I like this a lot. Let's get on to Rey. Rey had potential, and maybe this is just my copy, but the paint application on the face, specifically the lipstick, or the lips, is just sloppy. I'm going to get real close to the face so you can see what I mean here. If you look close, you can see that Rey has a mouth, like just, you know, a normal looking mouth, and there's lipstick on top of that, but it doesn't cover the mouth in the right way. So from different angles, it's just kind of an odd look. I mean, I guess they kind of could look like dimples in the face, but it's just kind of odd. And my first impression of this was that like the paint didn't match the lips, if that makes sense. Other than that, you know, her eyebrows seem to be painted on quite nice. The eyes seem to have, you know, brown with black, which is a nice touch. You can kind of get a feel for the two-tone there, which is cool. Hair detail looks good. There's an ear that looks like an ear, so no problems there. You can see the joint in the neck, like all of the Black Series figures. Hair detail looks nice, though, so no real problem there. Let's back up and get a bigger view of the body. So the one thing that I'm noticing is that the feel of the plastic, specifically in the legs and the feet, feel like it's a little bit of a cheaper quality than what we're used to with the Black Series. I mean, it doesn't, you know, it's really hard to explain without feeling it in hand. It's not bad, it's not terrible, but the quality just, it feels a little bit more hollow and easy to move than the other Black Series figures that we've gotten. So again, I can't tell you that they're using any cheaper plastic, but it definitely feels like they're using a different grade, if that makes any sense. Take a look at some more details. The robes, this is kind of a rubbery feel over the top. I swear I'm trying to watch where I put my hands. On the side there, same thing. You kind of got that rubbery feel. Her side pouch, again, kind of has that rubbery feel to it, but it doesn't move. It's molded into the plastic. Now, this bit on the bottom does move, although different types. This piece right here is kind of hard. You can still bend it, but this one's more rubbery. So that's going to give you a lot more give. Same here. You can see shorts. You know, you got the... I guess overall, the plastic feels just a little bit softer. The boot has nice detail. I like... Oh, look at that. Got laces in the back, which is very, very cool. Pegs under the feet in case you have a display stand that you want to stick her into. But overall, nice. Color scheme, again, you've got the white, kind of a grayish green there for the pouch, or like a camel type look. Off-white here, the shorts are kind of off-white. Brown belt, brown around the wrists. Paint applications in the face. I didn't mention that the pink kind of rosy cheeks. We'll see what she looks like in the film. I don't remember her being, full of makeup. See how the mouth, it just doesn't feel quite right to me. But, what do I know? Now, she comes with this weapon, and I don't really know what it is. But it's got, this is all kind of harder. It's not quite the soft plastic that was on her body. A couple different paint applications here. You've got brown, if you can tell that there, but you've got the one little stripe of brown, then the white and the gray over the rest of it, and then this yellowy strap that you can fit around her shoulder. You can also put it in her hands. We'll have to see when the movie comes out, what this is and how she uses it, but overall, kind of a nice look. She does have a little bit of paint applications off right there on the hair, where the hair meets the face. A little bit of maybe some errors there. A little bit of a mark on her forehead. But, Dirty Planet, maybe she's not that clean. Who knows? Articulation, like most Black Series characters, she can move her head back and forth. The hair pieces down here, I should mention, are soft. She can look up a little bit, down a lot. Arm appears to be on a ball joint, again with a movable piece here. Hinge at the elbow, hinge at the wrist. She does move at the waist, and I'll tell you, a lot of Black Series characters, the waist can get a little loose over time, and this feels like it's been corrected in a way. This feels nice and stiff, and I don't think that's going anywhere anytime soon. Leg movement, you're going to be limited to getting her shorts up to about here. The knees do bend completely, and then she has bend at the feet like, again, most 6-inch Black Series figures. Just an overall different feel in hand. I think part is the type of plastic or the quality of plastic has been changed. And at first that might be something to be down on, but that could be a change for the better. We'll kind of see how it holds up. Let's get BB back in the picture. Quick size comparison with Leia. Oh, let's see if maybe they reused. No, different head sculpt altogether. So there's Leia. If anybody thought that maybe they used the same head sculpt for the two, they did not. Very, very different looking Leia face and paint applications. Although they both got to hang out with Han Solo, so that's kind of neat. So we're at the end of the review. I got to get back to the pool, but in the meantime, I really do like this figure. I think that BB-8's the star of this 2-pack. He's cool. He's got that Weeble effect with the weight inside just right so that he stands up, even though he's a ball and he doesn't have any flat bits to the bottom. He's a perfect circle, but yet you can pose him on your shelf and he'll balance just fine. Rey looks good. Lip paint, kind of iffy on mine. If you pick yours up, I'm curious to know in comments whether or not you have the same issue. Maybe just a funky paint application on the one that I picked up. I like the overall look of her attire. The look that her arms are wrapped and the overall kind of Star Wars universe feel that she has on a desert planet. A very good thing. The weapon looks nice. Paint applications outside of the lips look pretty good overall. Few mistakes in the hair and maybe the top of the forehead, but the rest of the figure looks really good. Again, the feel is different, and it doesn't feel tremendously cheap or anything like that. It's just different. Maybe a different kind of plastic is the best way to describe it, and I'll have to see in future figures when I do the other reviews on whether or not that carries across the entire The Force Awakens line. Anyway, thanks again so much for watching eBEFOREi video reviews, and I appreciate your patience while I took the summer off. I will be kickstarting the reviews again full-time here again soon, so please be patient, and if you're not a subscriber to my channel, the best thing that you can do is to hit subscribe so that you become a member of my group, and you'll be notified when new videos are released, and I appreciate every single one of you that watch, comment, like, and of course, subscribe. Thanks again. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm at facebook.com/eBEFOREi, Twitter at eBEFOREiNet, and all of my YouTube videos can be found at youtube.com/eBEFOREiNet. I'm in other places, Instagram and things. Try to find me wherever you can, and I'll be glad to hook up with you there. Also, I have a group on Facebook where there's daily communication about various things in Transformers, Star Wars, Doctor Who, you name it. Come join me at the link somewhere down here, and I'll personally approve your request to join and enjoy hearing all about your collections and things that you like, don't like, etc. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you back here again real soon. Oh, so close.